See this man? This man basically made the Packers go around. This man is the Green Bay Packers. He's proven that for so many years. And there was no more evidence of that fact than what we witnessed last night. I'm just going to say this. Ignorant morons like Skip Bayless and all those stupid idiots who have a huge bias against Aaron Rodgers, they owe that bad man an apology. They really do. These are the same idiots who say, well, who blame Rodgers for our losses. Well, Rodgers, you should throw passes better. And ignore the obvious facts that the main one being we have no defense, never have. And we have no offensive line. And basically the players around him mess up a lot. You know? I mean, think about this. Skip Bayless, the idiot that's on Fox co-hosting, if you want to call it that, co-hosting Undisputed with Shannon Sharp. Skip Bayless didn't tweet one word about last night's game. Not last night's game, but Monday's game. I'm so messed up over this. He didn't tweet one word about Monday's game. You know why? Because he would have to admit how wrong he was. He would have to admit how wrong he was about Rodgers. Monday's game was evident. If Rodgers started that game, the Packers wouldn't have looked like the hot mess that was out there at Lambeau Field against the Lions. You realize the Lions didn't even punt that game? That's how disturbing it was. The Lions didn't punt once in that game. Meanwhile, Mike McCarthy was out there calling God knows what. I swear, I don't know what the hell kind of plays he was calling. These short passes that would either go about 2 yards, barely 2 yards past the line, or even worse, a few yards back, expecting the receiver, whoever whoever caught the ball, to just run it out. That never works. Think about it. When the Packers did score, Huntley was throwing the ball. I mean throwing it. Big Mike should have had Huntley doing that from the start. We wouldn't have been in the hole that we were in. But instead, he calls these very stupid, asinine plays. I better not say that too loudly because Terry Bradshaw might hear this and start crying because he hates logic. He's the one who said years ago it was up to him between McCarthy and Rodgers. He keep McCarthy and said Rodgers basically expendable. Said Rodgers needed him. Is he out of his mind? Is he out of his mind? McCarthy, if it wasn't for Rodgers, McCarthy wouldn't have a job. And that was evident. That was also evident Monday. Like I said, all you biased people who are against the bad man, you owe him an apology. Simple as that. Even that may not help because the damage is already done. You've proven your idiocy already. But enough about that. I'll say this: the Packers next week. We're in Chicago. Even without Rodgers, we should beat the Bears. I mean, the Bears are Bears. But on to the goings on in Week 9. Week 9 started with a great victory for the Jets over the Bills. I don't think that'll derail the Bills' playoff chances, but it might raise the Jets. Who knows? I mean, and that's further proof that the media is full of morons because pretty much everybody and their brothers basically said, well, the Jets aren't going to win a game this year. Really? They had the Jets going 0-16. Those idiots should be hiding somewhere. I swear to God. And that's how Week 9. That's how Week 9 started. That great Thursday game, and the Saints seem to be on a roll. The Rams are on a roll. The Rams, oof. How about the Rams? 51 points. 51 points on the Giants. Last year, it would take them 4 games to score 51 points. And they managed to score that in one game on the road. Up in New Jersey. I mean, it's amazing. And the Eagles put up that much too. I mean, the Eagles, they're the real deal. They are. I mean, it's the midway point of the season, and the Eagles are 8-1. So, though people say they're locked in the NFC, they have a good shot. They really do. I think it's going to be between them and possibly LA. It would be something. It would be something would for LA. LA didn't get the World Series, but they could get the Super Bowl. Because remember, it's been a while. As far as Los Angeles representation in the Super Bowl history, um, LA has only been to the Super Bowl twice in history. The original LA Rams, when the Rams were first in LA, they made Super Bowl 14 and were defeated by the great Steelers team. And of course, 4 years later, the LA Raiders won Super Bowl 18, blew out Washington. That's Los Angeles' only professional football championship, and that's and uh, the Rams actually have a good chance to give LA a Super Bowl ring for the first time since then. It'll be what? 34 years. So who knows? Who knows? Could the Super Bowl be LA bound? Super Bowl championship be LA bound? Who knows? And so the Browns were off last week, but they still somehow lost. I'm just kidding. But the 49ers are winless still. They were beaten by the Cardinals at home. Next week they play the Giants. Now Cleveland's got to be going for the 49ers, because the 49ers win, Cleveland's all alone atop for the number one draft pick. So in a way that's an important game. And Dallas, the Cowboys. The Cowboys got a big win against Kansas City. Kansas City, they're still falling. Something's wrong with them. Something is seriously wrong. Remember, they were 5-0. They were 5-0. They were thought to be the team to beat in the AFC, but they have lost 3 out of 4 since then, and there's problems. There are definitely problems in that team. Jacksonville seems to be headed to a division title, possibly. Jacksonville and Tennessee, they're going neck and neck because the Colts, without luck, they're, well, shit out of luck. No pun intended. And that's pretty much everything that went down in Week 9. With the midpoint is passed. Now we're officially in the second half of the season. Heading into this and next week are the last 2 football weeks before Thanksgiving. Of course, Thanksgiving is when the playoff talk really starts. And like I said, the Packers are in the Windy City playing the Bears. Even with this team, we should beat the Bears. If we actually lose to the Bears, something is seriously wrong. And the week begins with Cardinals and the Seahawks. So that's going to be interesting. NBC is going to air that game along with the NFL Network. And the last time the Cardinals and Seahawks won NBC, the game ended 6-6 with 2 badly missed chip shot field goals. That's, in my opinion, that still means the best game I've ever watched. A lot of chaos, hardly any scoring, and it ended dead even. Vikings are in D.C. You know I don't trust D.C. They suck. Jacksonville has the Chargers. That's basically a bye week for Jacksonville. Rams face the Texans. Dallas plays Atlanta. Again, a bye week for Dallas. The Sunday night game is New England and Denver. That should be good. Ooh, that should be good. Even with Denver falling off. But Denver should have Brock Osweiler starting. And we all remember Osweiler's first big win was against New England in Denver. So who knows? History can repeat itself. Miami, Carolina, that's the Monday game. The Chiefs have a needed bye week. The Eagles are off. So the Raiders, and so is Baltimore. Those are bye weeks. So, and Cleveland's back in action against Detroit. You know I don't trust the Browns to beat Detroit. They couldn't beat Minnesota. They shouldn't be able to beat Detroit. So that's my review for week. That was my review for week 9. I will review the last quarter CFL season before the postseason starts, and so should be a great last couple weeks before the playoff talk intensifies on Thanksgiving weekend. So with that, I'll say good day to you, football fans, and enjoy Week 10 and the rest of the season.